Hi guys, welcome back. Adriano Clark here, host of StartWell's Creators Roundtable.
What's up? I'm 4Korners. I'm an internationally touring DJ and also the official DJ of the Toronto Raptors. I'm a global dance music producer. I'm a founder and partner in a few other businesses in and around the creative space. And I'm from Toronto, born and raised.
My name is Andrea Bolley, and I'm a painter who can't stop dancing. And I'm also known as the Six Mom here in Toronto. The Six.
Toronto is, in my humble opinion, the greatest city in the world for so many reasons. It is the most multicultural place. No matter what kind of music, food, culture, people you want to encounter, we have it all here. It's a fantastic place to live, to grow, to raise a family. Despite what some people might say, the world is a wide place. There's a lot of things that you can do, but Toronto is a great place to do it. And as far as representing Toronto, I do it with pride. We have so much talent, so much to be proud of here. And what we do here is valid and exciting to people all over the world.
I remember myself when I was starting in the arts, I was trying different things. And then somebody said to me, yeah, but what do you do? Like, what's your focus? You have to focus on something. So I went, painting. I'm going to focus on painting. But nowadays, too, with all the ability to learn and all the mentorship and so on, crossing those kind of arts together is what I see a lot of in the city going on now.
Welcome, guys. I'm honored to have what I would call Toronto royalty in the house. Kirk, aka 4Korners, Andrea Bolley, aka Six Mom. I'm Adriano Clark, and we're here to talk about what it's like to be a creative from the city of Toronto, and just share with everybody what our lives are like, what it's like to be an entertainer, a creator, and somebody who just loves to live life to the fullest. So welcome, guys.
Thank you for having us, man. You definitely got two people that love to live life to the fullest.
To the fullest.
In the hot seat right now.
Yeah. I mean, we were just talking about, celebrating a birthday, and everybody's like, hey, this is the kind of, what are we going to do for your birthday? What do you do? And it's like, I celebrate life every day. Yeah, but I think you should stop for a moment and just be thankful. And it's like, I do that every day.
Every single day.
Every single day. And that's awesome because rather than getting lost in the hype of, the cloud and the this and the that, it's like you're enjoying the ride.
Yeah. And one thing I'm sure we can both attest to, once you've been around long enough and done enough, you realize how special and how important all the moments are.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't exactly have to set up or look forward to every day that you get up and you get to do what you love
Mm-hmm.
with your time.
Yeah.
That's the celebration.
I mean, that's something that I've, been learning as an entertainer, and I've only been doing it for about 6 years, the six months, I don't know. But I started in 2020 as a musician, and I knew for myself that it was going to be a marathon and not a sprint, because you meet so many people in the industry who are constantly sprinting towards the top and they want their moment. And it's like, well, if you're constantly just trying to live for a moment, then you're missing out on right now. And you're not enjoying it, because I meet so many people also that they're so unhappy because they're not being celebrated. They're not celebrating life.
Man.
That
is literally a conversation I was having with a friend this morning.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is this: if you're going to do something creative for a living,
Mm-hmm.
you have to understand that comes with a lot of time, energy, heartbreak, a lot of work.
Yeah.
And you cannot go into it expecting anybody to give you anything. Nobody owes you anything.
Facts.
Nobody owes you anything. Even the people that say they love your art, they're not obligated to show up.
Mm-hmm.
It's on you to continue to give them reasons to do so. And if you don't love the actual thing enough,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be discouraged all the time. You have to actually love what it is that you're doing without the external validation, without the massive amounts of money coming in or the adoration or what have you. It's like when you're by yourself doing the thing, are you happy? And if you are, then that will give you the fortitude to continue to doing it even when that other stuff is not happening.
Yeah.
And when it does happen, it's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's also going to go like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got to be able to handle these ones
Yeah.
so that you can earn these ones.
Yeah.
And the only person you're really competing with is yourself.
Mm-hmm.
to make yourself better.
Mm-hmm.
And as you say, you've got to have that passion because it really is an up and down roller coaster ride. But I always say, do the things that you love, and then everything else will come to you, whatever you think that is.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question for Six Mom
Yeah.
in this.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how deep we're going to get into what it is that you actually do and have done, because she's very cryptic with it.
She is very cryptic.
I knew her for at least 4 years before I even knew she was an incredible visual artist.
Yes.
It's not
Yeah.
something she talks about all the time, but she
Yeah.
does incredible work, and she always has. But
Mhm.
my question to you is, how many ballpark ups and downs would you say you've had in your career?
Oh my God. Where shall we start? I'm just going to tell you that I was picked up by a gallery in undergraduate school in 1975 as a painter. Now, back in the day, that was like amazing because really in Toronto or Canada, there weren't many galleries. And not many galleries that showed contemporary work, and particularly women artists.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually did not believe I was picked up by the Jack Pollock Gallery. I was like, what? I mean, I had to
Jackson
come to
The
Toronto
Yeah.
Jackson Pollock.
Yeah.
and I to
Jack-
find
Jack
out
to her.
Yeah.
that this was really happening, because all the people at that time that I admired and like looked up to were abstract painters.
Mm-hmm.
So to be showing 1975, think what was going on in the city. Not
Yeah.
much, not a lot of support for artists, whether you were in music, dance, visual,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
So to answer my question, a gazillion ups and downs.
it's and then
And then
And
some.
then some.
And
but then you
still
meet creatives like this, and that's what gets you motivated. You go, oh my gosh, they're so good. I got to step up my game.
Yeah.
I've got to be,
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And it's inspiring, not competitive, which is what I love when you say that, it's
Yeah.
like you meet other creatives that inspire you and you're like, oh, and you see their work ethic and you know that they're also real people that are living, life, that some days we wake up and we got to deal with this or that, or you get a phone call and unfortunately somebody passes away or
yeah.
just things, right? But then you meet these people that you can relate to, but you're also seeing their creativity and their output. And you're like, oh, all right, I got to get back in the studio.
And there's one thing about a happy creative that is infectious.
Yes.
It's infectious. When I met her,
Yeah.
can I tell the story of how I met?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I met you guys together, but I
Yes.
don't know how you met her.
No,
Yeah.
we met. I first went to an event that was put on by a liquor company. That was like just a little invite only thing.
Mhm.
And that was the first time I saw you. And she was just dancing up a
yeah,
storm.
Yeah.
That's everybody's story about
Yeah,
the first time
yeah.
they met Six Mom. She was
Yeah.
dancing up a storm. So I was like, who is this? Didn't get a chance to talk that day. A few weeks later, I was DJing a TIFF event,
Okay.
the film festival. And there she is again. But now I'm DJing and I'm seeing her.
Yeah, because I hear this amazing music, so I got to go and find out who's DJing.
Yeah, so she's coming to find out who I am.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. Who are you?
Yeah.
You are incredible.
Yeah.
You are dancing everybody under the table. Your energy is just
Always.
on
Oh, I just
10.
love to dance.
Yeah.
On 10.
Yeah.
And we've been friends ever since.
Yeah.
But happy creatives. She's a
Yeah.
happy person. And like I said, it was years before I even knew what she did.
Yeah.
I just fell in love with who she was as a person and how she made me feel
Yeah.
and how she changed the energy in every room she stepped into.
Yeah. And the conversations.
Yeah. And that
The
comes from
conversations.
you're a happy person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do what you love. When
Because
it
I
shows.
cannot believe that every day I get to maybe do something incredible or find myself somewhere I went like, I don't know how I got here.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
It shows.
Yeah. It's like I'm sitting there on my phone and I'm like a viral video of you and Travis Scott dancing. And it's like the biggest. And you could tell Travis Scott doesn't know who you are at the moment, but he's just like, he sees you and he's just like, who is this amazing woman dancing? Goes to you and he starts like, they're your fans.
At a villa in Coachella. No big
Yeah.
deal. No big deal.
Just there.
Well, I loved it because actually no one was dancing. And actually Night Train was the DJ. And I guess Travis Scott was supposed to DJ later, but I didn't know that. And so I thought, this is crazy. The music, I just started to dance, turned around, saw these feet.
Yeah.
Went, oh gosh, somebody's dancing with me. Didn't look up, just kept dancing. And then I went, ooh, it's Travis
Yeah.
Scott.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
And then boom, it's like viral
Yeah.
everywhere. I'm like, oh my goodness.
No, that's again, that
And
is
it's like, who
the
is it?
story of her life. She moves
Yeah.
in spaces and people are always just like, who is this incredible person?
Yeah.
And I attribute it to just who you are as a person, but also the fact that you've spent your life doing what you love
Mm-hmm.
and that just comes out through your
Yeah.
voice.
You're being true to yourself, and it's not an act. There's no like clout chasey thing. Like I said, mine was, so I met you guys together at a party at an event, and then fast forward, we've hung out, and you've come out to some of my shows, which is incredible, which I appreciate. And another
course.
thing I love about you is that you're like, if I can come out and support Toronto creatives, I will be there. I will buy tickets. I will bring people.
If I like it, if you're good, if you're good.
Yeah.
If I enjoy the art, I'm there.
And you're dancing, and it's awesome. And so I went to the Weekends concert like 2 years ago, and we're going to the after party, and we go to the door, and guys that work that are in EXO, these are like EXO the Weekend guys. The security guards are turning them away. They're like, no, but we're literally EXO. And I know who they are. I'm like, oh, those are EXO guys. Yeah, they're in the music videos. They're having a hard time. Then one guy goes, oh, Andrea, Six Mom, get in here, guys. And we just all go in, and I'm just like, who is this?
Yep.
You know, the Six Mom.
Yeah. Energy does not lie.
Energy doesn't lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it goes back to that thing of being a creative and not just, showing up and sharing what you create, but just being yourself and letting your energy be infectious. A happy creative is infectious. It's so true.
Absolutely.
And not getting lost and jaded and like, again, comparing yourself and being like, well, how come I'm not famous yet? It's like, versus just being inspiring and surrounding yourself. with
Yeah.
people
And
who
it's
work.
really easy to get caught up, especially nowadays with the way that social media has shifted.
Mhm.
And you just see these things going viral all the time that you're like, how did that happen? Or
Yeah.
that person,
Yeah.
they just started yesterday.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I'm looking at that. I know what real talent is in that field, and that's not it.
Not
But
it,
like,
yeah.
why is everybody so excited about
That's
this
right.
thing?
Yeah.
That happens every day.
Yeah.
That should never stop you from doing what you do, because
100%.
you're not in a race with them. You're in a
That's
race
right.
with yourself from
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, you do see a lot of people who we know are not talented, but they're having a viral moment.
Right.
And then they may get a deal, and then they're on tour, but then they disappear really quickly,
As fast as those things come, they can go.
Yeah.
But if you're solid and if you're real,
Yeah.
you'll always be good.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you couldn't say it any better than that, That's the truth. And so you've had a journey. I mean,
Yes.
you've been DJing for a minute. I mean, we were talking about in the back about Much Music
Yeah.
and how much of an institution that was for the city. And now looking back, how amazing and incredible that was for us. And the fact that it's not here anymore, it's like, man, like that really put us on.
Yeah,
you know?
it's kind of here. It's here in the form of Instagram and TikTok account
Yeah.
at this point, which
Yeah.
is not the same as having a physical space.
Yeah. And the community that it brought,
Back then, again, I grew up on this. That was just there when I was a kid.
Mhm.
And then by the time I got into my late teens and early 20s and I got into the music business,
Mhm.
I was happy to catch just a little bit of it,
Yeah.
where I got to DJ on there for a few TV shows. Like I was the DJ that was
That's
hired
sick.
in the background
Yeah.
while they had artists there performing, or while they were just like hosting and doing music videos. There was different activations and opportunities that I got to do in that building. And I realized after it was gone that I didn't quite I didn't appreciate how incredible and how special
Yeah.
Much Music was as an institution.
Yeah.
It was dope.
Yeah.
It was just thinking back to be like, wow, you could just be walking down Queen Street and you see a big crowd and you're like, oh, what's going on
right
over
out
there?
the window.
Oh, Usher's performing
Yeah.
in the building, and then he walks out and they have it set up that he's performing inside and outside.
And outside, yeah.
Or it's Tupac, or it's
Yeah.
Britney Spears, or it's
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah.
It's like we had that right
Yeah.
here in the city.
And interviews right there, like the Much Music DJs.
Right.
And then Electric Circus Friday nights. Was
Yeah.
so dope.
Yes.
So then it was a vibe there. It's like you literally have a show where people dance, and it's like the window.
And they're on TV.
And they're on
I
TV.
remember being in high school, and there was a girl that was older than me in school that was on there sometimes, and she was a celebrity at school.
Yeah.
Because she was on TV every Friday.
Yeah.
It
And
was
then
so sick.
what was it? The Speaker's Corner?
Speaker's Corner.
Remember that? It was like you could go into and pay 25 cents or something, and then you could just talk your mind.
Yeah.
It was like basically vlogging.
Now that's called Instagram.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No, it was really great. It was great culturally for the city, and I think that it's important that we talk about these kind of things
Mhm.
and remember these
Yeah.
things so that we can bring these types of energies back
Agreed.
in ways.
Yeah.
Because, as I said, Much Music exists now online, and it's great. And those
Mhm.
people are doing a great job. All the hosts and everything, they're doing a fantastic job.
Yeah.
And they're going out to concerts and covering events and such.
Yeah.
But there's no physical space.
That's it. Yeah.
And I think it's really, really important now more than ever to bring back the physical
couldn't
space
agree
where we
with you.
get in the room together and
Mhm.
we enjoy each other's company and vibe out and like support whatever it is that's happening. If you like an artist, if you like whatever, come to the thing and have fun together.
Yeah.
And, you know, get a couple videos and pictures and then put the phone in the pocket.
But don't everybody be like this.
Yeah.
Or when it's like the stage is there and they all like selfie themselves while the person's performing, and it's like, just put your phone away and watch it.
You know what the issue I have with that is? If you go to a concert and you take 100 videos, not even you are going to watch these 100 videos again. You might watch a few, but you're not going to watch all of them.
Yeah.
So who are they for?
Yeah.
Everybody else cares much less than you do, and you're not going to watch them.
That's right. So,
take a couple and then live.
And experience it.
And then talk about it, remember it, and then talk about it and just smile and feel that. Yeah. I have so many memories from concerts from childhood because my parents were heavy into music. So I was on my dad's shoulders watching Michael Jackson. Were you at that concert?
No, I wasn't, but I remember watching it on television.
Yeah, I know. I was like, were you on stage 6, Mom? I don't know. Usually,
there's a picture of you and Michael Jackson hanging out with Bubbles. I would not be surprised.
Not even a little bit. Yeah. But no, my parents really got me involved in music. My dad was a musician, and then he became a chef. But I've been surrounded by music my entire life. I've always had records.
What kind of music did your father play instruments? Was he?
Yeah, he was the lead guitarist in funk bands, and he was also a session guitarist.
Okay.
I found out years after he passed away that he did sessions with Rick James, and he almost toured with Parliament Funkadelic. But his mom said no.
No way.
His mom said no. He was young. His mom was like, "There's no way you're going on tour with these crazy."
Yeah, guys that are tripping acid. But the groove, that means your dad's groove.
Oh yeah, yeah. Deep. He was a guy. He was a guy in it. But like, he raised me on all of that music, and then some. I'm from Toronto, so like, every kind of music was always around me.
We're very fortunate. We have such a diverse and eclectic palette because we have such a different...
Culturally, there's nowhere in the world that's like this. We're the most multicultural city in the world.
100%.
And I'm so happy that I grew up here. And also, this is another conversation I was having recently. It used to be a lot meaner here. I think the world used to be meaner, but like Toronto was known as this screw-face capital.
Yeah.
As in, if you were on stage doing something and the people were not feeling you, they would let you know in real time.
Yeah.
Like they would just grill you. You could get booed off. I've seen good artists, get booed off stage. I've seen DJs get booed, or the other DJ or the manager of the club will give you the tap and be like, "You're done. Get off. You're done. You played 3 songs. I know you're done."
Yeah.
That doesn't exist anymore. So therefore, like the fear,
people are nicer.
The fear, but with that, the fear of the consequence of not coming prepared
is lower now.
It's kind of removed.
Yeah. Which is kind of needed, right? Because it's like there's sometimes as an
checks
artist,
and balances,
I see if I go and see somebody and they're bad or they're not prepared, I feel almost a level of disrespect, because I believe that everybody has a right to sing. Everybody has a right to make music. A mother who may not be a great singer has a right to hold their child and sing to them. Yes. But when you get on a stage, that's a different thing.
And you work in a professional environment where people pay money to come there.
Yes.
That part.
Yeah. What do you think?
No, I agree with that for sure.
Let's bring back booing. I'm on a campaign. Bring back booing. Bring back honesty is really what it is. Bring back honesty.
It's not about being mean. It's about being honest.
If you're not prepared, you shouldn't be there yet.
I agree.
Work on it and then come. Then come. And if you want to take that step and go before you know that you're prepared, or before you think you are, and you get there, you'll be reminded or informed that maybe you're not ready.
Yeah. Because it's blood, sweat, and tears to be on that stage. The amount of sacrifice and work that people have put.
Well, people pay money.
Yeah.
People pay money.
That's right. People work every single day, and they're literally taking money out of their bank accounts. They're leaving their home so that they can see you. You need to honor that.
And it is such a privilege.
It is a privilege.
To be able to do art and have people compensate you for that art, because nobody has to.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah. So... what was your experience with Much Music, or kind of that era?
I was around.
Were you in Toronto at the time?
Yeah. But I never went on, to dance with me. I don't know why not. Too bad.
Like that era of your creative kind of license or lifestyle? What were you doing at the time, or what
Well,
was
I
your
was
license?
trying to make money to buy enough time to paint. So I had like 2 or 3 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So really going out was not really on my agenda a lot. And I was teaching at the AGO, so that was really
Oh, what
good.
were you teaching at the AGO?
Hmm.
You were teaching
They
painting?
did what was called a hands-on program. So luckily they hired like an artist
Mm-hmm.
and then someone who was studying art history. And they would bring in kids from all over the city, different schools, to experience like a 2-hour kind of program.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a great thing for not only educating and bringing younger people in to see that actually artists were not, all crazy and whatever they
That's
thought,
awesome.
but actual people who are working towards something.
So you were hustling during that time. So you weren't really out and about because you were.
No,
Yeah.
not much.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, but yeah.
And it's something I love to talk about on this podcast when we have creatives here. It's putting the reality kind of lens of like, how many jobs have you had? Have you had jobs that sucked? I've had over 100 jobs myself, and I tell new creatives, like, don't drop your day job just because you're gonna go and DJ, or you're gonna paint, or you're gonna go sing covers at a bar once a week. It's like, if you really want this, work twice as hard. Have 2 full-time jobs. Have your job, the thing that you want to do creatively, and whatever you can put food on the table and cover
Until
your
it
day.
until it the scale tips. You heard
Yeah.
what she said though,
Yeah.
specifically. What was I doing?
Mhm.
I was busting my ass working
Mhm.
so that I could buy myself more time to paint.
To take. And then it's
That's
like
it.
you're
That.
doing that, and then like, instead of being like, okay, I can finally afford to pay for painting, I'm so exhausted, I'm just gonna sleep. It's like, now I gotta actually paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that money went to supplies and that, and putting the shows together and so on.
Mhm.
So to go out at a night and spend money, like,
It's not an
It
option.
wasn't it wasn't
wasn't on the
yeah.
agenda,
Until it was.
Mm-hmm.
right?
That it was.
Until it was.
Yeah, partying. And that's another thing that can be very skewed in what a creative's lifestyle is. We all meet a lot of pseudo artists, people that wear all the right clothes and say all the right things, and they're always at every event, and they always act like they're artists. But then when you ask them what they actually do, they don't really create anything. I mean, there's also entrepreneurs like that. It's like, I own a business and I do this and that. And then you're like, what's your business? Because you're trying to sell me on something, but like, you don't actually have a physical or any product. And it's like, the real creativity happens in the lab or at home or in your studio. It's like, this is all fun, but like, this is partying, or this is like socializing, and that's great. But the real creativity happens when you're out alone with the canvas, right?
Yeah, that blank canvas.
That
Sometime,
scary
right?
blank canvas.
Mhm.
But you know what though? Even for people like that, like, I'm not mad at them.
Same.
Just, if that's fun for you and if that's fulfilling and that makes you happy and this is what you want to do with your life, sure. But I only get upset when they get into positions where they're like now pissed off that people are not supporting them or showing up to their
True.
stuff.
Jaded.
It's like,
You're not entitled to anything.
if you're gonna do it halfway, you're gonna get halfway results. Be honest with yourself.
Mhm.
And if that's what you want, that's cool. Not everybody wants to have this be their main thing.
Mhm.
And that's another, like, you don't have to be in art.
Mhm.
You don't have to be a full-time artist. You can do art and do something else to pay your bills
Yeah.
and find your happiness. That is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Just don't grumble while doing that about, well, how come I'm not doing it full time? If you wanted to do it full time, there's other stuff you need to do
That's right.
in order to earn that.
Yeah.
If you're willing to do that, there you go. And if you're not, also cool.
Yeah.
But be honest with yourself.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. I meet unfortunately, a lot of people like that have been doing it for a little bit, and they become very jaded. And it's like, you're so blessed because, one, you have the talent. You literally have this beautiful talent. When you're honed in, you're creating something beautiful. Just be thankful, and keep working your butt off and keep smelling the roses. Like,
and make the decision for yourself what you want it to be for you.
Yes. Yeah.
Stop looking around at everybody else.
Yeah.
Decide for yourself. What do you want for yourself?
Yeah.
And then do what it
And-
takes to
yeah.
achieve that,
Yeah.
or don't.
Yeah. Yeah. And stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
Don't sell yourself.
Just don't lie to
Yeah,
yourself.
what was the line? Be yourself because everybody else is taken.
Facts.
Yeah. I love
I
that.
forget who said that. Oscar Wilde or
Somebody.
somebody.
Some
I
great.
heard that very recently too. Yeah.
Oh, it's
someone.
It's one of the truest ones.
Yeah. It definitely is. And I think more people just need to be reminded of that, because I think one of the cool things about the podcast format is that we're sharing a conversation with not only ourselves, but with people who are tuning in and listening and watching, especially people who are aspiring creatives who want to start doing it. It's like, one, it's never too late. It's never too late, you know? Right? Yeah. Right? Yeah.
No, it's never too late. And it can look like whatever you want it to look like. It doesn't need to be anything specific. Anything that you've seen or heard of, it doesn't need to be that. It can be whatever you want it to be. And to your point, while you're working to get there, if that's what you want to do, you got to do other stuff to pay the bills. Yeah. It's like you've said you've had over 100 jobs. That's a lot. I would say I probably had like 15 to 20 jobs in my life. But I started working early too. I started working at like 13, 14 years old.
Same. Yeah.
Like
newspaper,
golf caddy, washing pots, washing dishes, cash register. Yeah. When I got what I thought was, I got a big job now, call center. I got to go to work for a time. I was like, yo, big job. Rogers, yo, downtown, big job. Yeah. But it was in the midst of all of that I found my real passion. Yeah. And then I had to just figure out when is the right time to make the leap. Because I knew within myself, this is what I want, not even what I want to do. This is what I have to do. I have to do this. When I really figured out what it is that I wanted to do, it changed from a want to a have to. Yeah. And therefore, there was nothing that could stop me from doing it. Like, I've told this story before. The last day job that I had was I worked at the head office for Rogers Customer Service, Rogers Wireless cell phones. When I first got the job, I was really excited. Good pay, full benefits, downtown.
Benefits?
Full benefits.
Talking about dental?
Full massages and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right? And I grew up in North York on Jane Street.
Yeah.
So
Jane and
Shepherd.
I was Jane and Finch and Weston and Finch. So we were close.
We were close. I grew up at Jane and Shepherd. I went to school at Keel and Finch.
Okay. Wait. Did you go to McGuigan? Okay.
Yeah. So my whole world was that block from Jane, Finch, Keel, Shepherd. That was my block.
Yeah. So if you got to go downtown.
Working downtown, wearing a tie.
You made it.
You know what I mean?
You made it.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But by the time I figured out what I really wanted to do, and it changed from a want to a need, it was painful for me to go to work. Yeah. I cut my hours from full time down to 4 hours a day. I was working 8 a.m. to noon, and at like 8:17 a.m. every day, I was like, what am I doing here? And therefore, I put my nose to it, and I was like, well, I got to get out of here. And I figured out how to I was emailing promoters trying to get gigs at work because I'm like, I need to get out of here. Yeah. The minute I got out at 12 noon to basically 8 a.m. the next morning, I was hustling, trying to get enough going that I didn't have to work there anymore. And the turning point was I found out I could take a leave of absence. 6 month unpaid leave of absence, but my job was secure. And I was like, let me try that. But I had just gotten married at that time. I got married young. Yeah. And I just gotten married. And I had the conversation with my wife, and she knew what I was doing. She saw the grind. And she's like, all right, go for it. In that time, we got pregnant. I got back to work because, shit, I got a baby on the way now.
That's right.
I was there for 2 weeks, and I was completely checked out because in that 6 months, I made more headway than I had in the entire 2 years prior to that. So I was checked out of that place. I was like, no, I need to be out there.
Yeah. You figured out who you were and what you were supposed to be doing.
And I remember the conversation. My manager came over to me one day, and she pulled me aside, and we were good. She pulled me aside. She's like, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? What are we doing? Like, if you don't quit, I'm gonna have to fire you. Yeah. What are we doing? And again, I had a conversation with my wife at the time, and a select handful of close friends and mentors that I trusted their opinion and told them my dilemma. And every single one of them, except my wife, bless her heart, we broke up, but we're still, so she's one of my best friends still to this day. So bless her heart. She was supportive. She's like, yo, she was there with me. She saw it all. So like, she knew better than anybody, even though she was like 4 months pregnant, whatever. Everybody else told me, not now, not the time. Yeah. This is not a good idea.
Be responsible.
This is not a good. Be keep your secure, full benefits, well-paying job, at least until the baby's born and you have gotten into the swing of things, and then you can look at it then. But now is not a good time. But I promise you, it was so painful for me to even go into that building that I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I'm losing myself every single minute that I'm in this place.
They call it spiritual suicide. Yeah.
I did not know the term at the time, but yes.
Yeah.
And the day that I said, you know what, I'm out of here, it felt like you know how butterflies are caterpillars and they come out of the cocoon.
Yeah, metamorphosis.
It felt like that moment for me that I was like, all right,
it's
go time.
Yeah.
But also, I got a baby on the way. So like, it is really go time. Yeah. And that was 25 years ago.
Wow.
I have not worked another day for anybody else since then. You have to decide.
Yeah.
What I learned then is what I've taken with me the entire time in every shift, every phase of my life and career. I have to decide and I have to do what it takes. And if I don't, then it won't happen. I eat what I kill. I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I'm self-employed. Nobody owes me anything. I do not have a steady paycheck. I do not have full benefits. Now,
RMT.
You know what I mean? Like at this point in my life, in my career now, I pay for my benefits. I got a plan because
you don't know.
I don't have a company to provide that for me. You learn. I am my company. That's right, So I pay for a plan for coverage. As far as steady money, I've set myself up so that I have steady money, but it's not a check from one person. It's multiple income streams in order for me to sustain and grow my life and live the life, my business, and live the life that I want to live. And sometimes it sucks.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes it's scary.
Yeah.
It's not always up.
That's right.
I asked you how many ups and downs. I've had less time in business than you, but I have had probably, I don't know how many ups and downs you've had. I've had a lot of ups and downs. If you've had a gazillion, I've had a zillion. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not easy, man. There are plenty of times when you feel like, oh my God, what is going to happen?
Yeah.
Why did this happen? Why me? What am I going to do? But you boo-hoo, you wipe your tears, and you keep going.
You got to keep going.
Or, and I use this term a lot, it's not jail. If it really gets that hard and I don't have it in me to do it anymore, I can go do something else. I know I can always go get another job.
Yeah.
That's what I said to myself at Rogers. I was like, well, if I leave and find myself in dire straits and it's not working, I'll get another job.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. Yeah. But I got to go for it.
Yeah. And you did.
I did. And I knew the entire time, as I still know, it's on me. Every single one of us as entrepreneurs, if we choose this, it's on us. Nobody's here to save you.
Yeah, and you're not entitled to anything. Get over it.
Not a thing. Even people who say, "Yo, man, you're my favorite," they're not. They're not. I'm not entitled to their time or their money. Yeah. It's lovely when they show up for me.
Absolutely.
It's amazing. Yeah. And the best way that I found to have people do that is to show up for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm not. You know what I mean? Like there's this. And I'm happy to say that it's changing. I'm sure you see it in your industry as well. It's like this separation between I'm the artist and you're the fans. It's like some kingdom peasantry type separation. It's like, no, man, like I want to know who you are, who's supporting me, so I can message you or call you or you come to my show. I'm coming off stage to come talk to you and ask you about your day and thank you for coming and all of that because...
And what their journey is.
Yeah. You know? Because we're all living lives. You don't have to be here.
That's right.
I say it at every show, man. You don't have to be here, but you are here. You chose to leave your house. Home is awesome. You know what I mean? Awesome. You got everything you need at home.
It's also most people's biggest investment. So
yes.
So
yes.
Like, and I need to hang out with my biggest investment.
And nowadays, you open your phone and you can get anything delivered to your home. The fact that somebody would leave all of that and come to where I am to enjoy my art. Thank you.
They could have chosen Temptation Island, but they decided to come and hang out.
They could have chosen to sit on their couch and look at the ceiling.
Yeah.
But they chose to leave their house and come see me. That's it.
Yeah. I think we're really fortunate to be in this city, you know, and that's everything you're saying is just like, it's so inspiring. It makes me feel just honored, like I said earlier, because we have such a diversity of people here, because we have history here, and it's still such a young city.
Yeah.
It's still all happening.
We have the Six Mom.
We have
You
the
know?
6 Mom.
How did
I-
that? For those that don't know the story, the
I'm going to
origin.
tell you, I
you
will
know?
go to a Raptors game, and at intermission, I would always go and say hello.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I went up, and I was taking like a little video thing,
Mm-hmm.
and he turned around and he went, "And the 6 moms in the house."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "What? The 6 mom? You're 6 mom."
That's how it
That's
happened.
how it happened.
I gave her the name 6 Mom.
So when he did that, I went, "Oh well, people, which was a term of endearment from him, I thought."
Yeah.
And then he went, "No, and if you think about it, you've been in the city so long, and you really are." And I thought, "Oh, well, it's kind of a fun thing, but people won't remember this or whatever." The next day, I'm walking down the street, and someone in a car goes, "6 mom," and I'm like, "What?" And it's not him.
Mm-hmm.
It's someone I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Wow, this is crazy."
Yeah.
So then I thought, well, I better ask Drake if this is okay, being called the 6 mom.
Yeah.
And I think it was Karina Evans' birthday or something like that at Regular, something like that.
Regulars, yeah.
And I went up to him and I went, "Okay, here's the thing. You've heard like you got 6 mom." I go, "Yeah." Cool. "Yeah, like hello. This is like really good, 6 mom." Yeah.
And it stuck.
Yeah. He co-signed immediately.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, let's bring.
Yeah, and then all the boys
OVO family.
started calling me. It was very underground still, like Baca and
Mm-hmm.
all of them Chubbs and stuff.
Yeah.
But then it just kept kind of growing, and then I thought it kind of became a good thing because when I was dancing, at my age too, a lot of my age doesn't go out a lot. But now that I do, and they see me, I think it kind of gives them a feeling like, hey, I could do that. I could go out and enjoy music and support people. And, because I don't care what I look like dancing.
Mm-hmm.
As none of us should.
Yeah.
Right? That's when
You're dancing.
that's
You're
what I
dancing.
mean.
Having a
You're
good
just
time. It's about the music.
enjoy the music. Good for the head, heart, and the mind.
But do you truly realize how many people you inspire just by existing in these spaces?
It's facts.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I tell people all the time, she's going to outlive us all.
I believe that.
Because the energy and, like you said, not a lot of people your age think that it's okay
I know.
to go out and enjoy music and to be social.
I remember when I went through, as we all did, I went through a really bad time. And I didn't leave the studio for like 2 months. And then Julian was like, "Hey, we haven't seen you, and there's an event coming up. Why don't you come?" He
Director
on the phone, right? And I went, "I don't know." And he went, "No, and I went, "Oh, I don't know." So I said, "Okay, I'll think about it." So I said to my friends, "Okay, my friend has invited me to this thing. I think it was NBA week or something like that. And there's going to be like a really good DJ there." She didn't say. And I said, "I think I'd feel really good if I went and we danced." And they went, "You can't do that." I was like, "Why? You're too old. You won't know the music. You'll embarrass yourself. My children will be there." I was like,
Wow.
"I don't think I'm going to leave the studio for a year."
Oh, wow.
And then I was like, "Wait a minute." Again, X goes, "Hey, you're coming." And I was like, "You know what? I don't have to tell them I went out. I could put a cap on and go." And at this point, if I don't try to leave the studio, this is not a good thing. Like everything inside, when you got to try and do this, girl, you might be frightened or whatever, but you got to
get.
So I went. Got there so early. There was hardly anybody there. And they let me in, and they were like still setting up, and I just kind of went to the left of where the DJ would be. And then he started, and I just started dancing, kind of in the shadow to the left. 2 hours straight. Best time. Felt better. At the end, I went, "Well, I'm just going to do like thank you to the person." And he went like this, and I went, "Oh my God, he's going to say, 'You're too old. What are you doing?' Whatever." He went like that. "I don't know who you are, but you got to come to my thing next Friday." And it was starting from scratch, who I'd never met before. And that's how I kind of went the next week. Didn't tell those people. I had the best time again. And then I went, wow, this feels so good and makes me feel so much better. And I'm around creative people.
Mm-hmm.
And then he introduced me to different DJs, or I would go somewhere and like magic, I meet 4Korners
Yeah.
because like I hear this great DJ.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
he's
as
really
you say,
good.
you can tell a great DJ who has that style.
Yeah. Who has a pulse
Yeah.
and who just keeps putting another thing and another, and they're building it
And
throughout the
they're
night. You're
yeah,
like, oh,
like
and you're having a conversation with somebody, but you're moving the whole time, and then they do another one, and
Right?
you're like, oh my god, this is really good, and then they just keep doing that. Then you're like, oh, I gotta go over there, and then you gotta go to the DJ and be like, this is really, really good. Like,
Literally how we met.
mhm.
yeah.
We were like magnetically just drawn to each other. Like, who are you? Who are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And
it's
it was-
almost a Spider-Man moment.
It literally was that. And yeah, but it's really, really interesting to me that you've actually had conversations with your peers that try to tell you
You're too old.
you're too old, don't do
Yeah.
it.
They're projecting too.
They're absolutely projecting
Mhm.
because
think-
get this. I'm like, how many years ago was that?
Oh my gosh, now I don't know, maybe 10, 15. I
Yeah,
don't know,
something
my
like
time-
that.
Mhm.
See, I think that's a good thing. I'm not really aware of what time is.
Mhm.
It's made up anyway.
You know what I mean?
It's a
concept.
fabrication. It's
Well-
a concept.
It's true.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
knowing that people try to tell you no, and you felt it, but you're like, but I'm going anyway.
Yeah. Thank
And I'm laughing because she's talking about dancing in the corner and just like trying to have a good time and
yeah.
what have you. Now, try to get her in the corner anyway.
Yeah, in the middle
I
of the
was
spotlight.
DJ. We're in the DJ
In the
booth.
center of wherever it is or whatever it is becomes the center
Yeah.
because people just gravitate
to
and be
it.
like,
Yeah,
this
they
must
come
be
and
where it's at.
dance.
There's a running joke in this city that if you go to an event and you see her, you're
Yeah.
like, okay, all right, I'm at the right place.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, this is the right
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, when I went to the Soho house, what was it, like a couple months ago? As soon as I saw there was an OVO event,
Oh, that.
as soon as I saw you, I was like, okay, we're good. This is
Was that the remix? Press?
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I had just finished that shoot,
Mhm.
that freezing OVO
Yeah.
thing.
An OBO commercial in
Yeah,
the snow.
yeah.
God.
Well, she's like the face of OVO now, so
Pretty much.
yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah. The sixth
I
one.
don't know about
Better
that,
than
but
No, but
I
you are-
enjoyed doing it.
And you are an absolute inspiration, Andrea. I know I've told you this many times, but like
Mm.
on record, on camera, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, you are an inspiration to us all.
Yes.
The fact that you live your life with such, what's the word that I
Grace?
can even,
Yeah.
I don't even know what the word is.
It's a
Energy,
Yeah.
integrity,
Yeah.
fervor,
Yeah.
like magic.
Mhm.
Ah,
The fact that you live your life with such magic is just an inspiration to us all because we see you and we see what we can be. And
To not
there's,
be limited.
and there's the limitations are just non-existent.
Yeah. Like again, it's like you're like the face of OVO. When 15, whatever, 20 years ago, your friends are telling you you're too old to go to this party. Fast forward almost 20 years later, and like the biggest rock star in the world, arguably Drake, the biggest like brand this city has, and you're in a commercial being the face of it. It's like,
Yeah. And
as a
and-
granny, though.
as a granny. That was funny too. That was like so out of your character.
Exactly, that was.
Ironically,
I'm like,
not your
that's
character.
Because I
not
kept
her.
saying, can I? You know, they said, well, and 6 months you're going to be a granny. I went, a granny? Yeah, you have to have
You're
a
like,
walker.
what? Me?
You have to have a walker. I went, oh, an escort? And they went, no, a walker. I'm like,
Come on.
but then I wanted to do things like, okay, cool. Like, I'll act like the granny, but then do I get to throw the walker out of the racing car, and come up? And they go, no.
No,
Like,
we
you
actually
just
want you to
want you to-
pretend like you're an
That
older
you're an old
lady.
Yeah.
person. Yeah. We want you to
Pretend.
to cosplay that you're
Yeah,
an old
it
Yeah.
lady.
wasn't hard, but my friend went, yeah, it's a good piece of acting, 6 months.
It was.
Mhm.
I believed it.
Mhm.
If I didn't know you, I'd be like, oh, who's this old
Old
lady?
lady.
But I do know you, and I'm like, that's
Yeah.
not how you do.
Yeah.
You would have been dancing on top of the car if you had been winning.
This is true. I wanted to drive the car, but they went.
Not at all surprised.
I wanted to go back and talk about what it's like. How have you guys dealt with those low moments? I think a lot of people, not just creatives, but people in general, we are so fortunate when we can see the brighter side and be like, you know what? I'm in this low moment right now, but I'm seeing that life still goes on. Some people don't get to see that moment, unfortunately, and they don't make it, How have you guys been able to
Oh
you know,
gosh.
get through those moments. Cause I know as myself too, you know, you have those days or though that like almost like a little saga of your life where you're like, just like, what do I do? Or like, it's like you're not seeing enough sunlight and you're just kind of lost for a little bit or disconnected, you know. And I think it's great if you could share how you've been able to overcome those moments.
It it's kind of hard, but I always think when I'm not moving,
Mm-hmm.
because I think I just keep telling myself I have a lot of energy, for one thing,
Mm-hmm.
which whatever that means to everybody else. But what it means to me is like I may not be able to leave the studio or go, and then I want to leave the studio
Mm-hmm.
and go because it's like. I don't think that girl ever painted before. Or do you have another creative idea or
Mm-hmm.
whatever? So I generally go for a walk.
Mm-hmm.
And then in that walk, I try to think, well, wait a minute here. Don't you think you should just go and see something that inspires you?
Yeah.
So I try to go and see somebody else's work or
Mm-hmm.
go to the museums or go to things that visually,
Yeah.
will feed me like it's like food.
Uh-huh.
So listening to great music or, eating amazing food
Yeah.
that's you never tasted before
Yeah.
or things like that. Try to feed that uh, creative visuals like
Mm-hmm.
it's like food to me.
Yeah. It's like you can't just be in the studio your whole life creating something if you're not actually living and like drinking in life's art, right?
Yeah, that's why I love to go out dancing too, because you see so many different like I always say, people don't really change over the centuries. It's just the costumes,
Mm.
right?
That's
But
right.
I love looking at those costumes. I'm like,
Mhm.
wow, how
I
do they get
like
away
that.
with that now? And I go,
I like that.
Yeah.
it's like, whoa.
People don't really change over the
I
centuries.
Yes.
It's
really like
just
that.
costumes.
And then also those costumes go in cycles.
And the
Yes, right?
yeah, it's like
Come
just
back.
2016 is like this thing now in 2026. It's like
Oh, yep.
Supreme and skinny
Yeah.
jeans are back, and it's like only 10 years later. But that's such a I really like that quote or that saying.
Yeah.
But I love that you're sharing that too. That I've been in myself in situations, and I know many people that you feel like you're not working hard enough, and then you start getting into a rut, or you're just like getting in this kind of space where you're not really blossoming, and then it's like I need to actually just go outside. I need to go for a walk. I need to put on headphones and go for a nice long walk, or I need to go to the museum, or I need to go to events. I need to go celebrate other people's
Yeah.
art. Like go to the next 4 Korners event.
Yeah.
Buy your ticket.
I highly recommend it.
Go buy. So would I.
I highly recommend it.
So would I.
No.
I mean, I really wanted to go to Brazil and vibe with
Oh
you
my
there.
gosh, Brazil.
That looked like so much fun.
I will let you know in advance the next time I'm going to Brazil. I've been telling everybody, like, if you have ever considered it, if it's on your bucket
it
list
is.
anywhere, bump it to the top
Yeah.
and buy yourself a ticket.
Mhm.
You'll be doing yourself a huge favor. It's an incredible place.
Mhm.
It really, really
That's
is.
definitely one of the top places that I
Do it.
want to go out to perform.
Do it.
And Japan, but Brazil probably would be like
Japan's awesome too.
Yeah.
Japan is another planet.
Yeah.
They're both completely different from
Mhm.
each other, but both so top tier.
So it's like 25 years ago, did you know that you're like coming off of this incredible tour in one of the most beautiful places on planet Earth during the prime of their carnival, and it's just like you're there, I'm watching you, and just like it makes me so happy, it makes me feel so inspired to see that. What's the guy 25 years ago, does he even know that you're gonna be there? Like
Absolutely.
I love that.
100%.
Yeah.
I named myself 4 Korners for the saying 4 Korners of the world
Yeah.
because my goal was always to travel the world
Yeah.
on the wings of music.
Yeah.
That was always the intention.
Right.
How I was going to get there, where I was going to go,
Yeah.
all of that was just,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to work it out. We're going to figure it out. I have my
Mhm.
list of places that I wanted to go,
Mm-hmm.
and I've gone to most of them.
Mm-hmm.
I performed in most of the places that I've had on my list. And then the ones that I haven't, they will happen.
Yeah.
And there's been a whole bunch that I never, ever considered
Mm-hmm.
that have been added to that and have been incredible. Like there's a lot of places that I've been like, who says, I really want to go DJ? Poland.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody says that,
Mm-hmm.
but I toured Poland and it was so dope.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
They got good food too. I like
oh
Polish
my God,
food.
yeah. It's like all the places I want to go, there's Paris, London,
Mhm.
Rio de Janeiro. I don't know.
Rome. Yeah.
Luxembourg.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go to Luxembourg.
It's like,
But I
huh?
played Luxembourg a bunch of times. It's so incredible.
Yeah.
So like the world is such a big place, and I've learned that
Mhm.
experiencing all these different places, cities, countries, cultures, food, architecture, history. It's all so fulfilling to my life. It's added to who I am as a person, and like I take it all with me. So that's when you ask the question of like what keeps you going during the lows. Like for me at this point, quite frankly, it's two things. Number one, I love the shit way too much.
Yeah.
So like at the end of the day, my love for music and for manipulating music and now for making music and for just enjoying, like on my lowest of lows, I can just go listen to records and I'll feel better.
Yeah.
I mean, I can go just let me play some music. Let me work on a new song. Let me just get in front of the turntables at home and just DJ for myself. And that will bring me out of the rut to a certain extent. But the other part, sitting here in 2026 is like, well, look what I've done already. Look what's possible. Like, what do I have to complain about?
Nothing.
I had this dream of traveling the world, and now I've DJed, I think the count is 34 countries.
Phenomenal.
And multiple times over, most of them. Like, I've spent the last 20 years of my life on planes and in hotels more than anything else.
On top of the fact that you're also the official DJ for the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah, and then I come home and I DJ in the arena 2-3 times a week, and then I go back on tour again. And I do this for a living. I haven't worked a day job, like I said, in 25 years. And with all of that, the perspective of that makes it very difficult to really get too down on myself. Even when plans don't go the way you want all the time. Sometimes you do something. I was saying to my business partner yesterday, I'm a habitual goalpost mover. Like everything that I accomplished, and I'm like, okay, sick.
Now.
I'm like, yeah, but this though. And but this though. And it's like a game for me. It's like, it's so fulfilling because I love everything that I'm doing and I just want to do more. Like when people ask me, okay, what's your main goal? It's like to do everything that I'm doing now in a bigger way in front of more people. Well, I want to reach more people with this vibes. I want to unite the entire world on one dance floor. I want to bring all the cultures together, and I want to like spark world peace.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Celebrate life, love it.
Celebrate life together with everybody. That's what I want to do. And like, I'm getting there piece by piece, person by person, and I'm building this community of people from all walks of life, from all cultures. And it's so natural to me because being from Toronto and having traveled so much, it's like, yo, we're all the same, man. We have different stuff, but we're all the same.
Yeah, we all want the same things.
And if you put people on a dance floor and play music that feels good, even if you don't understand the language, you're going to vibe.
It's universal.
And there's nothing that makes me happier than like, now that I'm throwing my own events, my OTW of the world, which is like my party brand. I've never really thrown parties up until.
And they're fire, and I would strongly recommend them. I co-sign that. I've been to them. They're phenomenal.
They are phenomenal.
And you also put on your own DJs, which is really phenomenal. You bring the new wave of DJs, people that are talented. That are talented first and foremost. Nobody's going to make it to the 4Korners team and make it on that slot unless they're fantastic, but also they're getting the opportunity to shine and to grow and to learn, which is amazing.
I feel it's my obligation to, the more that I'm able to do, the more that I can bring others to. And I had great mentors that did that for me. So I'm literally just paying it forward. I'm doing what it is that was done for me. Because there were a couple key individuals you mentioned started from scratch. He's one of them. Dr. J. There's a guy named DJ Chief. They were killing it like globally, but they were like the top DJs in the city. And some of them, they were doing stuff outside of Canada as well. But they were just so kind to me because they saw my work ethic. They saw the talent. They saw enough in me to invest some time. They didn't do everything for me. They had their own lives and their own businesses to run, but they gave me the benefit of being able to pick their brains, specifically on MSN Messenger. I was like, how did you do this? What did you do this? Why did you do this?
Yeah.
And they were gracious enough to answer all of those questions for me. And then also some of them gave me opportunities. You know, there's a promoter named Ian Andre Espinay that gave me some early opportunities because I used to run flyers for him. And there was one day that there was a snowstorm and he thought for sure me and my business partner at the time were not coming. And we showed up and he's like, all right, I'm going to give you a gig.
Nice.
And we formed a friendship. But he respected what I was doing and the work ethic and all of that. And because of these people, it just makes sense to me that, like, why would I not do that for the next generation? Why would I not do that for other peers who not even necessarily the next generation? It's like, yo, if we're the same age group or what have you, and I have something that can be a benefit that I think is a good fit, I'm gonna hit you up. You know what I mean? Let's do something. If you're an artist and I like your music, I'm gonna play your music. I'll play it at the arena. I'll play it at my shows in wherever country I am if I believe in it. And if I believe in you. You know what I mean? I've played your music.
You have.
Because, and I've come to your shows because of, like, no, I like the music, you're a good person, and you're working.
Yeah. Have to. Like you said, it's a need.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. But I want to, kind of switch a little bit because there's a new journey and a new inspiration that you've been on, which I think is a foundation for everything. It's the foundation for mental health, and it's our physical health.
Yes.
You know, you recently went on a crazy journey and got in phenomenal shape that a lot of people on the internet were like, holy cow, like you're seeing it in the comments, like, whoa, like just glowed up. Andrea, obviously you know this because you're in incredible shape. You are moving around better than people that are half your age.
You will outlive us all. I promise you this.
So I want to go into that sphere now and, like, emphasize how important it is for us to take care of ourselves, how that is a part of the work that we have to do, because you can work your butt off on your craft, on your business, but if you're not taking care of yourself physically and mentally, and it starts with your body getting up and moving, it goes back to what you said, Andrea, you're moving all the time.
Yeah.
Is that how you stay in shape, just dancing?
Well, what's interesting to me is that people come up to me and go, how do you have a lot of energy? And I go, because I just keep moving.
Yeah.
Because really, in the way, it really is simple. If you think about it, I mean, like, I've had the days where I've thought, I just can't face the world. Like, and I have stayed in bed and, I ate all the ice cream and watched all the movies and whatever. But then it's like, wow, that's kind of boring. And you know what? I don't think this is good.
Yeah.
And so it takes everything really for me sometime to get up and move.
Yeah.
But I think moving, and I mean, you don't have to, like, run, or you know what I mean? You just get up and walk 2 blocks. Like, sometimes it's really hard, but just get up and walk 2 blocks and go home. And then the next way, maybe longer or farther. And then just go and find a really good DJ and then dance crazy. And then it gives you a lot of energy and you just
Was it OTW?
just keep going because it's
Long
one of the
before
best
that. Long
exercises.
before. No. When I say, if you haven't, man, forget me. If you've never experienced the Six Mom in action, I promise you, it'll make you look at yourself and be like, what am I doing with my life?
Exactly.
What am I doing with my
Don't
life?
be like, I just turned 30 years old and I think I'm getting too old for the industry and I'm never going to make it. Oh, my time is up. And then just look at her and be like,
I'm going to call somebody out. I had a conversation one time. I was doing a pop-up event and a mentee of mine by the name of Shannon Hill. Phenomenal young DJ, entrepreneur. She's great. She's one of my favorite people and she's working so hard and I love her. She was having one of those moments where it was a bit of a down. Yeah. Where she was like,
she's getting called out right now.
I'm so tired. I just feel like I'm working all the time and like, I don't know, my bones and, you know, I'm about to turn 30 and all that stuff. And just coincidentally enough, or maybe not a coincidence, Six Mom walks in. I was like, hold that thought. And I brought Andrea over and I was like, Six Mom, Shannon's saying that she feels like she's getting old and can't handle this stuff. What do you think? And Six Mom just went in on her. It was like, listen, I am much older than you and watch. Look at what I do. What I do, you can do. You have so much time. You have so much energy. Do not sell yourself short. If it's going to get hard sometimes, yes.
Of course.
But don't ever say you're too old for anything.
Never say
you're too old for anything.
You can say you're older.
Yeah. but
not
never
too
too old. And it's like, if you think you're too old at 30,
keep putting.
I'm in my 70s. I'm the sixth mom. Look at me.
I have a brand deal with OVO.
I'm about to go dance for 3 hours. What are you about to do?
Yeah. Then I'm gonna go to LA.
And then I'm gonna go to another event.
Yeah. She's doing like event hopping.
Yep.
It's like, what do you do? I see her in summer. She's like, oh, and I gotta go to this other. Then I'll see in her story she goes to like 3 other events. After I'm like, how do I keep up with her?
Yep, you can't. You
Well,
don't.
because
You
those
don't.
events you go to support or whatever, and the energy in them is so good. Again, that brings that energy. So that's why you want to move, or you want to go out and
that's what keeps you fresh.
I was gonna say, to answer your question, this is how Six Mom stays in shape. She does not stop moving.
Yeah.
that's true. And then when people ask me how old I am, actually one day, and I said I'm 57, they go, "You're 57?" I go, "Well, I am dyslexic." Don't you think I got to make t-shirts like that? Because it just came out and I went, wow,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Exactly. You're never too old for anything, and if you ever feel like you are, take a page of Six Mom's book.
Yeah.
She will let you know. That was so perfect that you walked in that day at that time when I was having that conversation, because
Like people also, I'm with Elite Models, and that happened
light flex.
That's right.
late in life. Like it only happened, I think, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And again, I was dancing on the dance floor, and someone came up to me and went like, "Wow, you have really nice style. Are you a model?" I just broke up laughing, and I went, "No," and they went, "No, here, here's my card. I want to tomorrow. Come see me," and I was like, "Okay."
Casually get signed to one of the biggest modeling agencies in the world at 65.
It's just you never know
When
that.
people think they got to retire and shut it down and do nothing for the rest of their lives, it's like, no, I just got signed to the one of the biggest modeling agencies in the world, and she's done a lot of work since then with
light flex.
Yeah,
light flex. No, staying to your point, staying in good enough health to be able to do the things.
Yeah,
That's it. I give thanks every day.
Because really, really, like I say this often too, is like what we do, it's not brain surgery, it's not open heart surgery. It's like nobody dies if we don't show up. But if we can't show up, then we can't do it at all. It doesn't even exist. Like, what's the point of all this? Like, it's not life or death. It's art. We love it, and it enriches life, and it makes it very, very much more livable. But if we're not physically able to do it or mentally able to do it, it doesn't even happen. And then in which case, what's it all for? What's all the grind and hustle and the ups and downs and the heartaches and the wins? What's it all for if you can't even actually be there to enjoy it? So I've always stayed relatively in shape.
No, but you took it to another level.
No, but hear me out. I grew up as an athlete, so I was always in shape. I didn't even start drinking alcohol till I was like 24 years old. Because I was always just sports. And that carried. And, being young and having great metabolism and also just an athletic build always carried me until it didn't. Until I got to the point where I'm like, yo, it just doesn't do what it did before. Like the metabolism is not the same anymore. The shit doesn't just snap back anymore. And like, I notice a difference if I'm slipping. And I didn't even realize that I was slipping until like the catalyst for me last year was I saw a video of me performing at a festival in which I had opened my shirt. And when I watched the video, when the video came out, I was like, this set is great, but like, why did I open my shirt? I didn't. That's not what I thought.
Like, look at it. Like, am I chopped right now?
Bro, I'm looking at him like, no. This is not AI. That's me.
Oh, my God.
But that's not what I think I look like.
Oh, no.
When I look in the mirror, that's not what I see. But I'm looking at the video. I'm like, no, but that's me.
It's like, bro.
That's what the actual reality of it is. And I was like,
there was a little bit of delusion that had happened. You were just you were on so much, you kind of started getting a little chopped, and before you know it, but we need those reality checks, right?
It was a reality check, sir. And I had to live with that, and I had to the set was.
Did you feel embarrassed?
Yes.
Yeah.
But also, I'm secure enough
Yeah.
that I didn't be like, yo, take the set down. I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
But I looked at myself and I was like, I got to do something about it.
Yeah.
This can't happen again.
Yeah.
I'm not okay with this. And then from there, I decided, okay, right after that, I had a trip to Trinidad for a family
Yeah.
reunion. And I knew I was going to eat a lot of roti and doubles. And I was like, all right, cool. When I get back from Trinidad, I'm making a real change. And I got on ChatGPT and I got on YouTube and I got my ass in the gym. I already had a gym membership. I had the same gym membership for 2 years prior, and I was going to the gym, but I wasn't really paying attention to what I was eating, and I wasn't really training effectively. I got my shit together scientifically. I got really obsessive about it because I understood that this is what I need to do, like counting macros, weighing food and stuff like that, which I never thought I would do. But I'm like, well, if this is what it takes. And to my very pleasant surprise, it didn't take that long. Like 3 months, I completely transformed my body. I went from 200 pounds to 165 of lean muscle, 13% body fat. And I was like,
you know, that also isn't normal, right? Most people don't get to do that in 3 months.
Well, I don't know. I lost like 10 pounds ish a month.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't kill myself for it. I was just very, very surgical about it. And now I'm on track. But I realize the byproduct of that is way more important than the aesthetic. Like, I look great.
That's right.
But like,
that's right.
It's more important.
Yes.
It's my ability to do things, my energy now, but also my mental fortitude.
More than anything.
The fact that I accomplished that. And I saw something recently, somebody was talking about it too. It's like, yo, if you don't have the willpower to say no to things, you're not that guy. You're not that guy.
That's right.
If you can't manage what you eat, you can't manage anything.
Anything in life, that's right.
You know, because we all know if you are overweight and you want to lose weight, the general understanding is eat less, move more. But not for 1 day or 1 week, consistently. Make it part of your life. We all know that. It's not a secret.
It's not a secret.
But doing it and doing it consistently for a long time, it's difficult.
It's a marathon as well.
It's a marathon.
And it's not supposed to be for a season. It's for life.
For life.
So that we can enjoy the things we do. And as you become more successful, then the saddest thing is like you're on a yacht, you have your loved ones with you, you have all the money in the world, but your hips are in pain and you can't sleep. And it's like,
you know what I mean?
If you don't have your health.
No, but I'm telling you, the physical has been fantastic. I love it.
And you've been sharing your journey and it's been awesome.
Thank you. But the mental part, dude, the mental part I saw somebody say recently too, is like, yo, if you think you have willpower, take a look at your stomach. I was like, that is harsh. But I'm thinking back to myself in August. I was like, yeah, I thought I was that guy. And I was reminded or I was informed that I was not. So I got my shit together. And I started paying attention more and being more intentional. I'm intentional about most things in my life, but I was like, okay, well, I guess I forgot this. But that has locked me in mentally, and now I legitimately feel like I could do anything.
Well, it does. They say in order for your body to get stronger, your mind has to do the work.
Yes.
And, you know, it allows you to then it doesn't solve the problems that you have in your life, but when you work out and your mind is doing the work, when you're done, you always feel better about everything. It allows your hormones to be regulated. It allows you to sleep better.
Oh, it's proof of concept. If you can do something difficult, it tells your brain that you can do difficult things.
Consistently.
If you accomplish something like this or other things, but for me, it was this. Once you accomplish something like this that you know is difficult, that you know a lot of people don't do, you're like, yo, I did that. When I look at myself in the mirror, I don't say, ooh, look how good you look. I say, yo, look what you accomplished, bro.
The work.
Look what you did. Look what that work. I'm not like, I'm like, I did that. And I carry that into everything else. And it's made my business stronger. It's made my performances better. It's made the music that I'm making better. It's made my decisions better.
100%.
Everything is up because I did this thing.
Which is back full circle to where we started, which is when you made a decision to embark on a journey that was extremely hard, but you needed to do it. Just like you needed to take care of yourself, your body, your mind. You needed to embark on the journey of being a creative, of being a painter, you know, being a DJ and a music creator.
I needed to get rid of that gut.
Yeah.
I just watched it again yesterday. I was like, damn.
Oh my goodness. Maybe that's the way we end this today. But
Feels fitting.
it's great. Be fit, take care of yourself, take care of your mind. Make that decision if you're out there, you want to embark on a journey. You got to work twice as hard. But if you know it's something you need to do, then you have to do it. And like you said, once you work through something tough, your mind knows that you can do anything hard. You can accomplish anything. It's never too late. I mean, we have the sixth mom in the house who is, you know, a visionary, a legend, an icon, the face of OVO.
And a testament to it's never too late.
A testament.
She
to it's
keeps
never too late.
doing, adding more incredible accomplishments
Mhm.
to the resume.
Yeah.
And time does not matter.
Yeah.
No.
Mhm.
It really, really doesn't.
Yeah, I'm honored. I got to meet you guys at the party. I met you guys together at the beginning of my musical career, and it's, you know, been years now, and I just feel blessed that we're now here getting to share, you know, our stories and how we can inspire other people and to just continue to move forward. And I'm very excited about, you know, what's coming next for both of you guys. I'm telling everybody, if you see Andrea, aka Six Mom, at a party, you're at the right party, and hopefully it's going to be at 4Korners' next party. Be there or be square, because I'm going to be there.
Yes, sir.
Great.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.